So, hey, Amanda here to Metal De Radio Show and YouTube channel has the honor to interview Mikael Salo, singer for Dyro, Metal De Facto, and EVERFROST. So, welcome, Mika. Thanks for your time for the interview. And my
Thanks for
first
having me.
question is, the first single and video clip called Road Goes On from the Dyro's debut album was released around 2 weeks ago. Making a lot of noise. How has been the feedback of the audience and critics so far?
Yeah, it's been really great. I think like we've got like something like how much? 22,000 views? Oh no, actually 32,000 views in like a few weeks. So that's really nice. And the like dislike ratio is really good, and well, the meters you use nowadays to look at that. But yeah, of course, the most personal comments are the best, like reading the comments and people sending messages and stuff. Yeah, it's been overly positive, I would say. So yeah.
Cool.
And it's always, it's a new band, a new sound. We've never released an album before, only like a self-titled EP. So it's kind of like, ooh, like what are people gonna think? But yeah, so far it's like almost too safe. It's like, oh, where are all the negative comments? We want some criticism to improve in the future. But yeah.
Cool. Good. The video clip features the unique Asi Seaha from Vintage Song acting like a taxi driver or driver. How did the idea of having him on the video occurred, and how was the experience?
Well, we were looking for actors for the video. And actually, the first actor we got was called Samuli Edelman. And he's basically the biggest actor in Finland, like the most famous. He's been like co-acting star with Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 4 and stuff. So it was a huge thing to get him in the video. And we were like, okay, he's gonna play this part of a pastor or like a preacher, who's on the not the driver's seat, but the one next to the driver's seat. And then you need the devil, like demon, Lucifer, to be on the driver, and going fast.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, who can we pick? Who could fit this? And then like, I don't know who came up with it, but Asim has actually played shows with us. Like Ville couldn't do one show, so Asim stepped in and played that show. So he's very close to us. And we were thinking like he's always making like kind of like faces and sounds, and he's crazy good at that. So we're like, okay, maybe Asim. And then we sent him to Kallio, which is part of Helsinki, like a part, and to be make-upped there by like a professional. And then when he came to the filming site, everyone was like, what the hell is that Asim? It's scary as hell. And he was like, and it was great, seeing them fight from the. They were actually driving and they were fighting for the steering wheel. And then like Asim was like throwing slur in Finnish towards this like superstar actor, Samuli Edelman, and be like, haista paska and stuff. Meanwhile, Samuli Edelman was doing like Lutheran like prayers. We have like Father prayer in Finnish, like, Isä meidän, joka olet taivaista. Basically performing like an exorcism on Asim. And meanwhile, they're driving and can hear all this shouting from the car. And it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Like,
cool.
Like the both windows, just noise coming out and stuff. It was a great day. Really funny day.
Yeah. What can we expect about the debut album to be released on September 24th, 2021 via the Finnish Rockshot Records called Unchained?
So I would say if I would have to describe the band without actually playing the music, I think it would be something like 80s kind of 80s metal, like Dio and stuff, but with like a modern production, I would say. Like, because I don't think there's that kind of music is not really happening. It's a bit like what happened with Metal De Facto. Like, there's some music that I really love, but no one is making it, so I want to make it. Like, kind of like Dio, Holy Diver kind of sound and stuff like that. I wonder who else would be fitting. A bit of Metallica and Megadeth. There's a tiny bit of American sound in there. but like kind of like classic metal with like modern production, made some hard rock elements as well. And then the lyrics deal about life. I basically write only about what happens to us in the band. Like there's the song Unchained is all about like carpe diem, like celebrating the moment kind of thing. That, you know, those moments when you're like, you know, we're trying to build these routines and we're doing the routines all the time, but then suddenly something happens that we don't expect. With like friends or something, you have this experience that was completely spontaneous and non-planned, and then like those stay like as like some of the most precious memories when like this adventure happens in life. And so Unchained is about that. And to us, it happened in Malaga, where we were supposed to film a music video, but then it turned into a whole shit show because so many things happened, and it was a crazy trip. So that's kind of what it's about. But the general topic is that. And then again, there's like really like dark or like sad like topics, like the trilogy in the end, The Downfall, is about like mental illness and addiction, and the final part, Fragments of Memory, is actually about my grandmother who has Alzheimer's disease. It's about that kind of experience. So it's kind of like trying to see how it's like to experience that, because I saw it from my grandmother, and it was so weird suddenly when she couldn't recognize you anymore. But she was alive, you know, and all these emotions and stuff, and just trying to imagine how it is to go through that. And that's what the song is about. And that's actually going to be one of the singles of the album. So there's going to be a music video with like, which is really cool. We took like videos from our childhoods and our lives, all of the members of the band, and made them into this kind of video projector thing. And then I'm singing the song towards that.
Wow, what a nice idea. Wow. Cool.
Yeah,
already looking forward.
Yeah, awesome.
Nice. Good. So the first Dyro EP released was accepted, and gave you the opportunity to tour in Japan in 2019, with Beast in Black and Swallow the Sun. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, that was really cool. First time playing in Japan. Of course, you know, people who know me know that I have been there as an exchange student and have kind of a connection.
Yeah.
I used to be a teacher there, language teacher and stuff. And it was a really cool experience. So going back with a band of mine, which like, wow, this is so awesome. And actually a lot of friends from those times when I was an exchange student there came to the show, and we met afterwards and went for drinks, and they met the guys, and it was just so much fun, you know. And of course, you know, Beast in Black and all these huge bands and the entire opening, it was a lot of fun. Like, we're going to show them, we're going to show these big bands that we have like energy and power. It was a great time. Actually, we had 3 shows back to back, and the last day, on the second day, we were playing this venue in Shinjuku, and there was this huge ass air conditioner, which is like this size hole in the backstage of the bands, and it was like blowing cold air to the backstage, and it was just, the backstage was just like a curtain, and there's huge like air conditioner there. So everyone got sick, like every single band, every member. So I had to sing the last show in Kyoto. I had to sing it like sick as hell. And those are the ones that have like videos in YouTube. So it's like, my voice like completely, you know, off the game because I got sick. And those are the videos in YouTube. So it's like, oh man. But you know,
that's life.
Now people can see how a singer sounds.
Yeah.
And it was like some foreign bacteria, because if I get flu in Finland, I can manage. Like I did a European tour with Ensiferum, and I was sick some of the time, but it was fine because I just took the remedies. But this Japanese one was just like some exotic bug that like really like was different and made it like
yeah. Oh wow. Good. So our sweetheart Soraya Ghomari She's the president of the Metal De Facto fan club.
The
gave
CEO.
me gave me a hand with some questions, and these questions are like from all your bands, okay, not only exclusively for that role. And these are the ones I'm gonna ask right now, okay? So the first is, your fans want to know, which girl would you prefer from the video? This is just a joke. You don't need to answer. It's just a joke. So now for real.
This is funny though. But I don't want to pick. You know, there's
Yeah,
such nice
no.
girls.
This is not for me.
Yeah, you know.
I'll take the driver. So good. In which festival or country are you dreaming to play at, and why?
Well, Wacken would be really cool because like I visited when I was 18 in 2011, and it was like my, you know, rite of passage becoming an adult. I wanted to go to like Wacken, and I met my friend from Florida, like Matt, came from the States, and then Lauri Pellikka from Finland, and we had this like team, and we were tenting and drinking beer and watching like Blind Guardian, Iced Earth, and it was just beautiful, amazing.
Okay.
So returning there as a performer would be like great.
Okay. Yeah. And I believe this is the dream of many bands as well. Yeah.
Legendary festival.
Yes. Yeah. How did you feel the very first Metal De Facto show in Helsinki? And all your expectations were achieved? And if not, what would you change?
No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And it's funny, I kind of found out what maybe after the show I realized, okay, because this happened naturally, you know, what a band is and what a band is not. And Ensiferum has a lot of this like fun part to them. And I noticed that Metal De Facto has quite some similarities to that spirit from Ensiferum. Like the musically, it's of course very different, but it has that kind of like, not 100% like just being like serious, like, yeah, and the Romans came and killed them, you know, like it's more like just like this song is about like scientists, and this is about orgies, and this is about stoic philosophy, and it's just that, because, you know, if you go back in time, it wasn't like the people were just like this and walking to the battle. Life was life. You know, like if you go to a culture, it's not only war, it's a bunch of things. You have mythology, you have religion, you have cooking, you know, you have cuisine of a different culture, you have like all kinds of things, culture, you know, famous people who did something great. And so it's kind of like more this, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say family friendly history, because there's the battle in there, like in Inferno there's the like persecution of Christians by Emperor Nero and stuff. So but it's kind of like a bit cheesy in a way, but not like going full on like Glory Hammer thing. It's still like, it's kind of like, it's still like I don't know, you can kind of enjoy it kind of like seriously or unseriously, both kind of work. And I saw that in the show, like it's this kind of like, it is like, you know, Baccanali kind of thing. You know, and it's funny because like we as artists don't really think about it so much. We just make something, and it's so like, it's funny how random it is. Like we were here in my kitchen and we were listening to Stratovarius. We were like getting inspiration from the great masters of power metal, and there was like this solo by Jens Johansson in Elements Part 1 album, one song, I don't know which one, but it was just playing one note with like a harpsichord sound, like, and we cracked up at that like 10 times, just rewind, like, so then we put it in Bacchanal in the end, and we were like, that's dumb and funny, let's put it here. Just in the kitchen drinking beer, so it's like, it's very spontaneous, and I kind of like that, because it's very creative. It's not like, like what is popular right now, we need to make this chord because it doesn't fit with that harmony, it needs to be this, like, it needs to hit the radio market and this market, and just like this, you know, boring business thinking, and just trying to make it as you know, as easy as possible, so that it spreads to as many as people. But we kind of don't want that. We want it to for specific people, you know, who kind of like this kind of, you know, historical stuff and power metal and heavy metal.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like, and I really like that about it. And Metal De Facto is very kind of chill band. Because like, for example, maybe DYECREST, EVERFROST, we take everything really like meticulously. But Metal De Facto is much more like rock and roll. We just write songs.
Just enjoying and being natural. And that makes the difference, I believe.
Yeah. But it's a different sound, you know, because like EVERFROST is very progressive and DYECREST as well. So it's if those bands would be done in that way, it wouldn't work because it's just too complex. Like the mix would become a mess because you have so many things battling.
Yeah.
But in Metal De Facto, it's much more, it's like a band sound and there's not too many orchestrations and stuff. So it's much more easier to have that kind of like very spontaneous
sound.
And Tyro as well. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So Metal De Facto will play as support for NC in Finland this summer. So can we expect an European tour with them maybe in the future?
Yeah, well, that would be amazing. Of course, you know, if there's chance, we will go. But it's now, I think we still need to grow the band a bit. So it has more following and so that promoters will be interested. But that would be amazing. I would love to do that.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Could we have some tips about Metal De Facto's future album team?
Yeah, well,
you are planning already something.
Yeah, well, all of the bands are working all the time. So so if you're a fan of only one band, don't worry because there's stuff happening with each all the time. So Metal De Facto is actually after this interview, I'm going to Esa's place to demo a new song.
Ah, cool.
So like right after this, I'm going to work on new Metal De Facto. It's progressing. We've decided the track list. We have like 9 to 10 demos and we're working to make those ready. And well, actually we have hundreds of demos, but like we've decided the next album. Like which ones it's gonna be and how it's gonna flow and.
Oh, cool.
So,
but do you have already a theme about it? Or?
Yeah, we have, but we kind of want to keep it a secret and like make it a competition or something.
A competition.
Hey, fan club could be part of it. That would be amazing.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, you could have like exclusive.
I'm also part of the fan club, so please.
Yes. Awesome, thank you. And hey, the radio show too.
Yes. Why not?
Yeah.
So we can talk about it later. So.
Yeah.
All right. And what about DYECREST? Do you have any news about it?
Yeah, well, DYECREST we've been working for quite a while on the new album. It's taking a bit slower than expected because I've had a bit of like burnout, and that I did like 5 songs and they went to mixing already, but I have like 6-7 songs left to finish, and I'm gonna do them, but I'm just gonna take a bit of a break right now. And you know, this is personal stuff, but like I don't actually mind people knowing it because it's actually kind of easier to people know, in my opinion, because if people are just guessing in social media, like, why is Mikael looking tired? Because I've gotten these messages like from friends like, Mikael, you look more tired recently. Like, do you have cancer? And I'm like, no.
Oh, God.
You know, so it's better to tell people, you know. And I remember like Floor Jansen did it back in the day also with Revamped. He just told his fans or her fans. So it's like, yeah. But I'm kind of taking a break now so that because I don't want to record anything if I don't feel like doing it.
For sure.
For myself, I feel like as a singer, you're kind of like an actor, at least in my mindset, because you're telling these stories. You're like kind of like you're in Broadway, you know, a bit like how Bruce Dickinson always described it, like you're telling these stories and stuff. And if you're thinking about your taxes and pension and shit when you're singing and you're not there, it's not gonna sound believable.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get the emotion. So it's completely meaningless for me to push it now in this month, everything. And I'm just gonna continue when it's like it feels right. Probably a few months if I'm realistic, but I'm just taking it kind of easy now.
Yeah.
Because I have the Tyro album coming out, so that's plenty of work for me now.
Yeah.
And when that's out,
I believe
probably
all the fans,
go.
they will be, like completely supportive to all
Mm,
these reasons
that would
that
be
you have.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope people accept it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you kind of spoke a little bit about it, but what about the live gigs for all your bands? Yeah. So do you believe will they happen in any point? I'm asking that because at least here in Europe, in Europe, I mean, here around Germany, the concerts are, they are starting some festivals as well. So I don't know if you have any news about any of your bands.
Yeah, I think 3 of my 4 bands are gonna have shows this year, so those are booked.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, yeah, but DYECREST doesn't have any book shows for this year, but we're
Okay.
planning for when the album comes out. We would really love to do like a Finnish tour, like go around Finland a bit
Okay.
and
All
stuff. And then like Tyro has a show in Helsinki in December.
Okay.
EVERFROST has a show in Tampere in September.
Oh.
Metal De Facto has show in Tampere in December and Seinäjoki in September. So those are the shows. And I have one wedding gig also. So private stuff.
Okay.
I do those sometimes as well. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's hard to go to Europe, like especially now. It's just, and when you go on a proper tour, it's such big logistics. You kind of need like a big name and stuff, which is kind of my problem because I love doing so many bands, but then everyone's like, oh, because you do this, then one of them doesn't become like really big, and then you can't tour and stuff, and so a lot of stress thinking about these things,
Yeah. All right. We should all travel to Finland then. So
no, I feel really bad for
least
that.
to see you
cost
again.
like hell.
Yeah.
But hey, one day I hope that I can tour with every
Ah,
band.
for sure. I believe as soon as the things are, back to normality, I believe that's gonna happen. Good. Now tell me which equipment do you prefer or use live or even at home? I don't know. Rehearsals.
Well, I can show you.
Let's make it 2.
Here are my in-ears. So they're German Heroes. And I think like a lot of famous people use this in metal, like Sabaton and Nightwish people. But it's basically just like I got a discount from that and Asim said it's good, so that's why I chose it. Here's my singing booth, Isavox 2, this Swedish manufactured thing, and it's for acoustics to get that kind of like radio pop, like dampened sound. There's actually a LED light here, but it's like out of battery, so it looks really dim. But here's where I spend my time.
So
and
cool.
Rode NT2A I use for studio now. And live is basically just headphones. Live is just basically what I get, like what is available.
Cool. Thanks for showing us.
If it's wireless, it's the best. If there's a wire, you have to think about more things, and you can't move so freely.
Yeah. Wow, great.
I really love the Metal De Facto show because I could like really like swing around and stuff because I had the wireless mic and the in-ears. But actually, it's funny if you look at the Conqueror live video from my first show. When I ran to the stage first time, my like in-ear pack falls from my pants, and it goes in the ground, and this cable disconnects, and I can't hear myself at all. And I'm singing the first lines like, "Fuck, I can't hear." And then I go get it back, and basically I sing the whole song without hearing myself, just shouting in the mic. So. Yeah, I had some problems with that. I had to come up with some solution for that so it doesn't fall.
Yeah.
So but there was so much energy. That was the main thing about the first show. Even though we're still kind of like rusty because we haven't done shows, but it was just like energy.
Nice. Good. So which are your main metal influences as a musician?
Do you mean like songwriting wise, or bands or singers, or like musicians in general?
In general, in general.
Maybe, okay, Andre Ulbrich and Hansi Kurch from Blind Guardian, like their combo of songwriting and performing is just amazing.
Yeah.
Metal gods. And then Arjen Lucassen, who's the composer, multi-instrumentalist of Arion, Star One, Guild Machine, all these great projects. And singing wise, maybe Russell Allen is one. He has that like bluesy, like really powerful grit voice. That's kind of like what I really like and kind of emulated when I was starting out. And Ronnie James Dio probably. Bruce Dickinson, Steve Harris. There's so many, too many.
Yeah. Good. And which are your musical influences besides metal? Are there any?
Oh yeah, too many. Like it's. But I'm kind of weird with my music taste. I like everything. Like I like Greek Sorbas music, and I like traditional folk, and I like J-pop and K-pop, and I like classical music. I love Pavarotti. Like he's a big influence on me. Yeah. Like his master classes in YouTube taught me a lot. I really analyzed them a lot and practiced them. It's just, so hearing something like Questa o Quella or something, it's like just so epic, and the singing is so like powerful and gripping and emotional, like the one aria, the opening aria from Rigoletto by Verdi. It's like, wow, that singing and that, like, and I kind of want to bring that to metal in a way, like that kind of like really like telling the story and playing the character and the emotion of that. That would be really cool. I try to do that a bit, but like I think I need to become a lot better.
But you're on the way, of course.
Thanks.
Good. So our famous and so expected question about the prison situation was answered by Mika already on our previous interview recorded in Helsinki in 2019. So if you want to see his answers, so search for the link on his previous interview on the description of this video. And I strongly recommend that. So I came up with another question that would be, if you could travel back in time and give yourself 3 advices 10 years ago, which would they be? Now I sit down and wait. Yes.
3 advices.
10 years ago.
This is actually a very, very deep question, so it's hard to answer.
Yeah.
Like I would probably, something is like, even if someone is your kind of like hero or influence, like kind of be prepared when you actually meet them and when you work with them, like that. You don't know what kind of people are and stuff. Like don't kind of like value yourself, your own opinion. Like don't look for other people for justifying your existence. Kind of like if you're a fan of someone, or if you really like someone, and then they tell you something which is not very nice, or something like or they turn out that they have like bad tendencies and stuff, don't take that in, but realize, okay, this is a person, and people have their flaws and good sides, and now you've seen something, and you have to be able to react and not take it on yourself.
Yeah, very good. I love it. This
advice. I like, like a bit like if you're bullied, like a lot of people who are bullied in school and stuff, they kind of feel that they are shit, like they are worthless, and they deserve it because they've been being told that,
Yeah.
So that's something like, that's a really important lesson for kids and
yeah, very good,
for everyone, I think. Like, love yourself, take care of yourself, and
very good.
Other people can wait.
Exactly.
After you've taken care of yourself,
Yeah. All right. Okay. Good. And would you like to leave a message to your fans who are watching or listening to us?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's hard to believe that I have fans because my own image is that I'm not a big artist at all or anything. So if there are fans, thank you so much for being my fans. And I hope you will like the stuff I'm making at the moment, and that will be released in the near future.
All right, so
Yeah,
that's it.
And Tyro album is the new thing, so it's really cool if it gets some hype, and if you guys can check out the videos and stuff, that would be really cool.
For sure. All right, so that's it. Thanks again, Mika, for your time. Thanks you all for watching and listening to us, and stay heavy.
Stay heavy.